that started out with an argument and ended up with a blessing of children. So I guess that's very appropriate. All right, well, we're gonna spend some time, take a little bit of time to share some memories and family and friends of Bob and Kathy. I think Bill is gonna go first. Give us some.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to first of all say thanks to Laura and her family for having this amazing environment, atmosphere for this hour of memory of Mom and Dad. And just when she was describing the place, I never imagined it like this. And the way she and Leslie have fixed it up, it's just so beautiful. And I just can't say enough thank you. And certainly to all the friends and the family coming in, and glad everyone got here safely. Some with the GPS, some without the GPS. Those who didn't have the GPS were lost, and that included us. I had the pleasure of working on a DVD of the last 50 years of Mom and Dad's life, and I say pleasure because it really was a pleasure. The last couple months, I've just poured over so many photographs. I thought I'd seen all the photographs Mom had collected over the last 5 decades, but I didn't realize how many more there were out there. And it got me to thinking how many memories two people generate together in 50 years. Two people who are in love with each other, and two people who are willing to commit no matter where the other one goes. They're going to be there. West Virginia and Waynesburg, and on and on, the vacations, the graduations, the grandchildren. How many memories are generated? And I of course have no memory whatsoever. I don't remember details. It's funny because our family is divided into those who remember details and those who remember...
Or think they do.
Or think they do. And those who remember like just general images and things and feelings. And I always feel bad for Dad whenever he has to tell a story. Because Mom's, if there was such thing as a story police, Mom would be the captain of the story police. And when Dad starts a story, he usually has that look in his eye like he's just wondering when he can get pulled over at some point for speeding, and he'll get a few words in, and then you just kind of see the siren come on, and Mom's coming out, and no, Bob, that was 1972. I'll take that. No, Bob, it was Leslie, not Laura.
It always was.
But they really have. It's taken two people to just collect all those memories, to catalog all those memories. And one person alone couldn't have done it, and it's their commitment to each other that's made it so special. A friend once said to me, he said, Bill, people won't remember what you say to them, and they won't remember what you do for them. They remember how you make them feel. And I thought about that as these two quick memories I wanted to share. And one was, it was just funny. We were in Boulder. Meg and I lived in Boulder, Colorado, and we had 1,000 miles of paved, rollerblading, and they had come out to visit us, and Mom was willing to try everything, and Dad was willing to try everything except for rollerblading. And anyway, this sight of Mom and Dad going to, and Mom was rollerblading and Dad was walking, hand in hand down the path, down this long path. I'll never forget that sight. And as people passed them by, and they were both very content. The other memory I have was more painful. Mom was during the darkest hours of her rheumatoid arthritis about 10 years ago when she was. And those who remember, this is such a blessing to see her sitting here in this condition, because there was a time when the medications weren't working properly, and all of her joints were sore. She wouldn't mind me remembering this, I think. And all of her joints were sore, and Dad and I, it was about 10 years ago, needed to take her to, again, the memory police might come out. I don't know where the clinic was. Probably Washington, I don't know. But, it was 6 a.m. and Mom was literally stiff as a board. She could not move any of her joints, and Dad and I basically carried her out to the car and buckled her in, and I never forget sitting in the back seat and watching a tear roll down Mom's face. And, you know, and she was always so brave and so courageous fighting this condition. And the memory I have was Dad reaching over, and Dad really got to a deeper level during this period of their relationship. I mean, a real deeper level of commitment, I mean, a level of compassion. And he reached over and he couldn't even squeeze her hand because it was so sore. Just touched it and said, "Kathy, it's going to be okay." In such a reassuring voice, and she said, "I know, Bob." And that was it. It was going to be okay. That we knew it. And Dad's always had the ability to make you feel like it's going to be okay, and it is. As we sit here 10 years later, and having survived that and many other hardships, and it's been okay. And I want to just say, before I pass on to anybody else, thank you for being such a loving and wonderful parents. Would anyone else like to come up here and share their memories, short or long? I know Meg has a couple funny stories. I'm not going to throw in the spot. She has a couple funny stories. Does anybody want to come on up?
Everyone take a poll.
Yeah, right. Those who are not holding the tent up.
This is going to be a memory in 10 years.
This will be a memory in 10 years, right?
Hannah,
Oh, here comes Hannah.
Hannah.
Kids, I wrote a poem about the best grandparents. Loving and caring for us, lifting us up when we are down, the ones we go to when Mom and Dad sing those. Grandparents, telling us great stories from the past, even though we've heard them a couple times. They just keep getting better. The ones who always have a spare paperclip, pen, or piece of candy in their pocket just in case we need one. Grandparents, the one who spend endless hours putting together Easter baskets and somehow making them just right, year after year. The ones who will go to every store in Pennsylvania just to find that special something we said we liked one time. Grandparents, the ones that love you no matter what. These are the things that I think of when somebody says the words Nanny and Papa.
Wow.
Nice job, Hannah.
Good job.
Oh, there's got to be somebody.